Good evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to tonight's episode of Sports Scene. It's great to be back again. Thanks for your company. Now joining me on the set tonight is Godwin Eki.
Thank you, Shane. I'm looking forward to what's coming up rather this year in 2017 with all the sporting activities. So yeah, really looking forward to all these big events to take place in 2017. And it's good to be back on the show tonight.
Thank you, Godwin. Now we do have an interesting lineup of stories, but let's take a look at what's coming up tonight.
Coming up on show tonight, we take a look at an interview of world surfing body NSA PNG President Andrew Abel with an update on Kumul Consolidated Holdings World Surf League for Long-boardin. Also on the show, we take a look at the SP PNG Hunters as they prepare for the 2017 season with an open launching that took place last week, including Oil Surge coming on board for the Rugby World Cup, PNG Games possible deferral and more.
Now here's Dineros Raiko with all the weekend sporting briefs.
On tonight's sports brief, the CPL PNG lowest months of training proved fruitful as the World Cup qualifiers ground practice match last Friday against Sri Lanka brought forth a 178 runs victory. They will face Bangladesh tomorrow for the World Cup qualifier opener match. The PNG Pukpuks and the Palites have encountered losing streaks in the last few days against the likes of rivals New Zealand, Canada, France, Australia and Scotland. Despite negative results on the scoreboard, Pukpuk players Emmanuel Guys and William Tirang have been exceptional on the field with the tries they scored. Meanwhile, the Palites displayed some impressive performances as well, with the likes of Joan Lagona scoring tries. To PNG Games, with the Games only weeks away, there is a possibility that the Games may be deferred again, not because of financial or sporting facilities, but because of bad weather expected in March. West New Britain Governor Sasindran Mutuvel is asking the Prime Minister and Sports Minister if the Games can be postponed to coincide with the country's 42nd anniversary. And in local football, the Port Moresby Soccer Association will resume competition this year after 2 years off. The pre-season starts this Saturday. And to overseas sports, in the Auckland Nines, the Sydney Roosters have won the 2017 Auckland Nines, beating the Panthers 10-8 in the final. They may not have real superstars in the squad, but the Roosters were able to have enough experienced heads, plus plenty of X factor to be the worthy champions.
Thank you, Dineros, for that. The deferral of 2016 PNG Games from last year to this year was due to the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. I raised a few concerns on the team's preparation, but the host organizing committee, preparations, and the PNG Games Council, reason being the prominence was to go to FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, so that similar attention was also given to PNG Games.
With only weeks away to the 7th BSP PNG Games to be held in Kimbe, West New Britain Governor Sasindran Mutuvel raised concerns as to possible deferral of the Games due to bad weather expected next month. He said discussions held with the host organizing committee has led the team to agree on 2 possible months that HOC have agreed on and are looking at if the Games should be deferred, which are April and September.
So the previous date set by the PNG Games Council is on 18th of March. We can arrange the facilities in such a way that the game can still go on. Maybe some of the VIP sitting arrangements won't be completed. But as the chairman mentioned, that now they are working day and night to complete even the entire infrastructure. The only hesitation from the concerns raised by the major company which is in West New Britain, which is New Britain Palm Oil Limited, and also the Chamber of Commerce, and also it's our concern that usually during March we experience a wet season in West New Britain. We have a very heavy wet season. And the idea is to showcase the potential in West New Britain and the visiting teams to enjoy, being in that 2 weeks, and also to participate fully in the games and also to experience the province. So considering the fact, because the weather is something which is beyond our control, so and knowing very well that this is a peak rainy season, and the Hawk have resolved just last week to give 2 dates, one date in April and the other date in September.
Chairman of the host organizing committee, Ruben Kautu, said April and September are 2 potential months the committee has agreed on if given the green light to defer the games.
In terms of economic activity, yes, of course, all the business houses are prepared, and I think I've seen a couple of business houses bringing in merchandise and all these things related to the game. So, and everywhere, every people in the province will at least have a say of what the PNG Games will bring. So.
Meanwhile, Motivelle has asked the government to have the PNG Games postponed to September to coincide with the country's 42nd independence. He says the deferral has nothing to do with the elections or funding, but because of West New Britain's wet weather conditions during March that can cause flooding and other related wet weather conditions that could interfere with the Games.
Yes, there you have it, PNG Games. Recent update now, the Games, Shane obviously has mentioned, as we've seen the video, they're looking at, the Games Council is looking at September or April, depends if the weather is going to cause a little bit of a hiccup, but hopefully, Games will continue next month, but we're still not sure if that's going to happen or not. It depends entirely on the PNG Games Council. Yeah.
All right, Godwin, thank you for that. Now we'll take our first break, and on the other side, we'll talk about surfing and cricket. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene, our first show for 2017. Thanks for your company.
Now, one of the biggest events that is soon to hit the shores of PNG is the Kumul Consolidated Holdings World Surf League, Shane, for longboarding. And this event is going to take place in Tupira, Medang province. And it's one of the biggest events that everyone's all psyched up about. So, yeah, PNG World Surf League body will be also participating, PNG World Surf League body will be part of this event, and they will be showcasing the event to 120 million viewers worldwide. Another massive, exciting event. So PNG will be put on the world map. Yeah.
This event, the 2017 PNG Kumul World Longboard Championship Tour, is the culmination of 10 years of negotiation planning with the World Surf League. It's a culmination of 30 years of groundwork that we, the surfing movement of Papua New Guinea, working closely in partnership with the Tourism Promotion Authority of PNG to promote and develop the sport.
The hard work over the last 30 years, they've built the sport and the platform around the country to a level where we're going to be bringing a first time in history event for World Surf League points to Papua New Guinea. It's a really historic event. I know the surfers are all so excited. I put a picture up on my social media of me surfing at Tupira, and I had half a dozen of them send me emails and texts. Is that what the wave looks like? I can't wait to get over there. So we're really excited to be partnering with Surfing Association PNG and Kumul. Thank you very much for the support from Kumul Consolidated Holdings. We, without solid partners like these, we wouldn't be able to make the event possible. And just a bit of background about the World Surf League. We've got over 150 events around the world, all over the world. Surfers compete in qualifying events to be able to earn the right to come here to compete for World Championship points. So the winner of this event is going to be leading the world title race, and then they'll go to a second event which is yet to be announced later in the year and will be crowned world champion. So it's an extremely important event. None of the 36 men and 18 women have ever been to PNG before. So they're going to be coming and experiencing the country for the first time, experiencing the waves and the beautiful culture that you have here. So we're really excited.
There'll be a lot of fans watching these surfers surf in the live broadcast, which runs across 5 days. There'll be live broadcast beamed out to the world, and we'll be sending out great news from Papua New Guinea, which is a good thing. Not only just the sporting event, but we've been privileged to see firsthand a lot of the great surrounding stories around surfing and surfing Papua New Guinea, which relate to tourism and girls surfing and the environment. And there's some great stories which will go out to the world about Papua New Guinea and about this event. And we feel blessed to be part of it, to be honest. And it's going to be an exciting few months, and we'll take that back to our broadcast teams and get them excited because I think there's some fantastic stories to be told.
Invited only. These are the world's elite surfers. This is the Formula One of surfing in the world. It's not every man and his dog coming to compete. This is invitation only. And in order for these inbounds to be invited, they have to go through the qualification series. And so we're very fortunate to have the world's best on our shores, and we've capitalised on this opportunity to also showcase our world's best and to compete with them. And Papua New Guinea's only got 2 wildcards, 1 male, 1 female.
It's been very...
Thanks, Gordon, for that. The PNG Lewis and the men's Barramundis have been making strides in the international scene, and the Niros Raiko has more on that.
While other national teams took the 2016 festive period off, it was a very short break for our national cricket teams, the Abel PNG Barramundis and the CPL PNG Lewis. With the ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers and the Australia Prime Minister's 11 due this month, the last month was filled out with rigorous training and countless hours on the pitch. In a major coup for CPNG, Cricket Australia, together with Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Michael Turnbull, announced last month that the Abel PNG Barramundis will take on the Australia Cricket Team 11 in the Curtain Raiser to the main Prime Minister's 11 match on Wednesday the 15th of this month at Manuka Oval in Canberra. The Abel PNG Barramundis accepted a call-up to take part in the Australia Prime Minister's 11, though they are not really part of this prestigious competition. This tour also gives the Barramundis good start as they prepare for an important set of matches in the United Arab Emirates in March and for the rest of the year. Meanwhile, the CPL PNG Lewis months of training proved fruitful as the World Cup qualifiers ground practice match last Friday against Sri Lanka brought forth a 178 runs victory. Ranked number 1 in the East Asia Pacific and appearing in the qualifiers for the second time, the Lewis have no plans to let the less than positive results from the 2008 World Cup qualifiers in South Africa repeat itself. Gearing up for the tournament has taken them months of training and a number of matches against Australia's best country cricket teams to put them in the right play mode. They have 2 goals to achieve in this qualifier: a Women's World Cup debut and a one-day international status in the ICC. Of the 14 women in the squad, 9 featured in the Australia Cricket County Championship as part of Team East Asia Pacific, and coach Rodney Maha believes they have prepared to the best of their abilities. Led by Pauke Siaka again, the team sailed through the first match efficiently, with Siaka securing 41 runs, Konio Owala another 42, Tanya Ruma with 31 and Kila Frank with 21 runs, which set the target. The Sri Lankans' response fell short in no time thanks to impressive bowling executions from the likes of Sibona Jimmy and Ravini Owa. The Lawas now turn their attention to Bangladesh as they will be meeting them tomorrow in their opening qualifier match. And back to PNG shows, Cricket PNG has also announced its 2017 National Selectors Panel last week. Former Hebo PNG Barramandi's captain Navu Maha, Barramandi's head coach Deepak Patel and Cricket PNG's Taunau Vai will be working with Chairman Daniel Font to drive selections nationwide throughout this year's calendar. Vai and Patel were retained from the 2016 panel, while Maha is a new injection. With Maha's wealth of experience representing the country as well as an active figure at all of Cricket PNG's undertakings, Chairman Font believes he is a positive addition to the panel. The first major selection for this year has already been done in the last few days, where they selected the Barramandi squad that will play in the Caton Racer in Australia for the Prime Minister's 11.
Thanks, Dino, for that. Now, do stick around. After the break, we'll take a look at SP PNG Hunters 2017 season launch.
If you've just joined us, you're watching Sports Scene now. The SP PNG Hunters launched their 2017 season last week, along with the naming of the team captain, and the side is looking forward to their first game. Now, Elijah Lavette caught up with the team, and here's more on SP Hunters.
We've taken a competition which actually was not really going anywhere, and we've instilled in it an excitement which has taken it to a brand new level. And for those of you die-hard Queenslanders, I think you will agree that it's not back to the days you'd have to go to the BRL, the Brisbane Rugby League, to find something as exciting now as what's in place with the intrust competition. Then that's due to a large extent to the fact that the SP Hunters are in that competition.
I've seen it grown like you have never believed. Who would ever think after 4 years that we could get ourselves into the Intrust Super Cup and get up there into the semi-finals?
And especially the Hunters. I think we've had, as the Minister said, we've got 3 years done, and for us, we would like the operations of the PNG Rugby League. We want to all dig deep down a bit more and raise the level a bit higher. And we identify, and I'm sure Michael and his team, management team, have identified where we have fallen short in the last 3 years.
Name the vice captain and the captain for the season of 2017 for the SP Hunters. And the vice captain is a new man who's come back to us, Wellington Albert. 2017 SP Hunters captain is Abel.
We've been playing some leadership role in the team through the pre-season until now. So we've been appointed as a vice captain and captain. It's been an honor for both of us.
For myself, it's first time to being a leader in a team. So I'm looking forward to work under him and work with the boys as well. Because we got Israel and David Loco and a lot of boys as a leader in the team as well.
Thank you, Strata. You just talk name blue, one position you play, and how do you feel being with the Hunters team?
Name blue is Junior Rob. Me play the Tigers Nagamosa. I'm first debut domino Diesel Cup. No, also me feeling Mama's true look. I'm proud. Feeling was about me giving full best domino this yellow and the Hunters.
Me amamas lo management lo magimi vice captain na me lagi all boys too, all good ball boys all train hard na isla lo pre-season camp so me amamas through.
Position me play and proud. People feel proud lo come selected Hunters na.
My name is Mukapita. I'm from Timbu province and I came from the Southern Zone Championships. And being part of the Hunters team, it's a big honor for me to be here.
My name is Moses Meninga. I'm proud and privileged to be part of the Hunters team. I used to play back row and lock forward.
I'm proud to be back in the team and be a part of this amazing boys. And yeah.
What do you think of the team this year?
The way the boys are training this year, I think we have a better chance of taking home the trophy this year. So yeah. The forward backs are really doing the hard yards, so yeah, I'm putting my money on them, so yeah, they'll get us home.
Yeah, I was really privileged to be named again in the 2017 team this year, and yeah, I'm really happy to be part of the team, and I'll give my best for this year.
I'm feeling excited, and I was glad, and I'm feeling excited about coming back into the team for second year, and it's like 2 years being outside of that competition, and now I'm back in the Super Game and I'm feeling glad. I'll give my best.
Looking forward to this season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season and giving my best at training and all this. Yeah.
Thank you, Elijah. Now, the SP PNG Hunters will have their first game this month on the 18th, which is going to be in Cairns. So that's going to be an interesting event to watch, especially the rugby enthusiasts who are out there in Cairns and Port Moresby.
Definitely. And our congratulations to the two captains, Asep Boas and Albert Wellington, both men making their debut as captain of the Hunters side. So congratulations to them and all the best in the 2017 season.
Now, still on that Rugby League World Cup, we're not far away from that. It's just a few months before PNG gets to host the event alongside Australia and New Zealand.
Yes.
Now, last week also, Elijah covered the event where Oil Search has come on board as their platinum sponsor to the event. So, you know, it's going to be a massive event.
As hard as I can.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. The PNG men's national football team will face a tough assignment in March when they play against Tahiti in Stage 3 of the OFC leg of FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Now, they had a 2-2 draw in the last time both sides met in May 2016, but it's almost a new-look squad as the national coach, Dane Fleming Seretslev, has brought in new faces from last year's campaign.
Only 9 weeks remain until Papua New Guinea face Francophone side Tahiti in what is undoubtedly a massive test to the nation's credibility as a powerhouse in Pacific football. Wins over the Solomon Islands and Samoa, as well as draws against Tahiti and New Caledonia, and reaching their maiden final after 4 decades, the nation had fought hard to earn their top-tier mantle. However, 7 months on, and the national team is almost starting from scratch with the blood in of new faces, as Fleming Siritzlev looks for additional options.
Yeah, actually, as it looks by now, we don't have our normal left side with Koya Kopaiga and Tommy Semi, so we really have to prepare to put in other players.
Hi, my name's George Sliffendorfus. I'm currently living in Melbourne, Australia, and playing with the local club Geelong SC, and I'm 29 years of age.
Having played football from an early age, Sliffendorfus has been quite content with his career to date, and the chance to continue playing at a high level has been a motivating factor for him.
Yeah, definitely with the boys we have here. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure off, just because they're quick, they're fit, and just a lot of speed. It's unbelievable.
Of Lithuanian descent with a Papua New Guinean mother, George Sliffendorfus is now enjoying his second stint with the national team, having trained under previous coach Winton Rufa and current head of the squad, Fleming Siritzlev.
Pioneer again, it's well blocked.
Watching the country's performance during the OFC Nations Cup, where hosts Papua New Guinea would make their first ever final appearance, was an inspiring moment for him.
Here's a foul.
Watched it all. Yeah, I had to watch it live, obviously. Definitely very touching. I mean, coming from the status of the boys and where they come from to where they're going. For the future of these boys, if they can stick it out together, look, and bring other experienced guys in, look, I'm sure we can go a long way.
Tahiti on the 23rd of March will be an important match for Papua New Guinea, and Sliffendorfus believes that while their opponents deserve respect, the hosts have nothing to fear as well.
I'm here to win and, train as hard as I can. Yeah, winning, yeah.
George Sliffendorfus, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Meet Brad McDonald, the 27-year-old of half Milne Bay heritage, who featured with A-League side the Central Coast Mariners in Australia. The midfielder is hoping to be named in Fleming Siritzlev's final 23-man squad as Papua New Guinea look to book their first ever World Cup berth when they meet Tahiti in March.
Sports means only one thing, football, football.
Having plied his trade at the top of Australia's domestic competition, McDonald feels he has much to offer the national team and says that working under Australian coach Graham Arnold has given him an insight into the level of professionalism and dedication required to reach the highest level.
A silly rash challenge.
Yeah, he's probably he's the best coach I've been taught under. He's good with his players and good with tactical. So he has a plan A, plan B, plan C if things go wrong in the game. So
comparing the new teammates he has to his previous stint with the national team, McDonald believes the latest batch of PNG representatives have much more drive than ever before to win.
You should always want to represent your country. That should be the highest level there is. There should be, if you represent your country, you can play anywhere you want. You shouldn't be restricted to, Papua New Guinea. As if you play for your country, you can play Asia, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, wherever.
His parting piece of advice was for players to learn as much as possible in order to grow as footballers.
Great stuff there. Now, all the best to our PNG men's national team as they prepare for the World Cup qualifier. Now, that wraps things up for tonight's program. Godwin, thank you very much for joining me on the set tonight.
It's been a pleasure, Shane, to be, being on the show tonight for the last half hour.
No worries. Now, if you have any queries regarding tonight's discussion, you can find us on EMTV Online or visit our Facebook page or do drop by at Garden City's second floor and ask for one of our sports reporters. We'll be more than happy to assist you out. Until next time, on behalf of Godwin and I, good night, Papua New Guinea.